Sarah Lopez appeared to have it all: a successful career as a marketing executive, a beautiful home in Beverly Hills, and a seemingly perfect marriage to her husband, David Lopez, a successful entrepreneur in the tech industry. The couple had been married for 8 years and were seen as one of Los Angeles' most glamorous pairs. Their social media profiles showed vacation pictures, family dinners, and lavish parties. But behind the glossy photos, things were far from perfect. On March 23, 2016, Sarah's body was discovered in the couple's home. She had been shot twice in the head at close range. The weapon, a small caliber pistol, was found near her body. There was no sign of forced entry, leading investigators to believe she knew her killer. Her husband, David Lopez, was nowhere to be found. The crime scene was eerily calm, with no signs of a struggle, suggesting Sarah's death was planned. At first, David was considered a witness. But as detectives began to investigate, they discovered troubling signs of a troubled marriage. Sarah had recently met with a divorce lawyer, a fact she had kept from David. She had begun discussing how she was tired of his controlling behavior and the long hours he spent on his tech ventures. Neighbors recalled hearing arguments between the couple a few days before Sarah's death. One neighbor even overheard Sarah say, "If you keep treating me like this, I'm done." David Lopez initially claimed he had been working late at his office in downtown Los Angeles during the time of the murder. He said he didn't get home until after 2 a.m. and found Sarah's body. However, his alibi began to unravel. Surveillance footage from his office building showed David leaving at 11:30 p.m., nearly 4 hours before Sarah's body was discovered. Further investigation into David's past revealed troubling information. He had been previously married, and his ex-wife had filed for divorce, citing emotional abuse. Sarah's friends came forward with unsettling accounts of David's controlling behavior, constantly checking her phone, limiting her social interactions, and pressuring her into attending events she didn't want to go to. Several friends said that Sarah had been afraid of David in the weeks leading up to her death. The breakthrough came when detectives found a letter hidden in Sarah's closet. It was a letter from Sarah to her family, dated 2 days before her death. In it, she expressed her fear of David and said, "If something happens to me, I want you to know that David is the one who did it." The letter was chilling, as it indicated Sarah feared for her life and knew that her marriage was taking a dangerous turn. With mounting evidence, including the letter, surveillance footage, and testimonies from Sarah's friends, police arrested David Lopez on April 1, 2016. During interrogation, David initially denied any involvement in his wife's death, but after hours of questioning, he finally confessed to the crime. David revealed that, fearing Sarah was planning to leave him and take half of his assets, he had snapped during a heated argument that night. He had shot her in a fit of rage. David admitted that he had staged the scene to look like a robbery gone wrong, hoping to collect insurance money from her life insurance policy. David Lopez's trial began in late 2017. His defense team tried to argue that the shooting was a result of temporary insanity, triggered by his fear of losing everything. However, the prosecution painted a clear picture of premeditation. They highlighted the letter Sarah had written, David's history of controlling behavior, and his motive for financial gain. Sarah's family and friends testified about how they had seen the cracks in the marriage long before her death. David Lopez was found guilty of first-degree murder with special circumstances, murder for financial gain. The jury deliberated for only a few hours before delivering the verdict. David was sentenced to life in prison, without the possibility of parole. Sarah Lopez's death shook the community. In her honor, her friends and family established a charity to help victims of domestic violence and abusive relationships. They also pushed for more awareness about controlling behaviors in relationships, especially when the signs are subtle and hard to detect.